What's going on, guys? 2 Cents is back with another video. I've done a couple videos on my channel regarding the topic of race. I don't talk about politics very often because I try to keep that very separate. You know, I like everybody to have a good time. But today we're going to discuss a delusional individual named Dr. Umar, who maybe some of you who are watching this have heard of. And he basically went on and talked about why he disagrees with interracial marriage. And we're going to discuss this because I think he says a couple of things that kind of get my blood pumping.
How can we, who don't have enough already, give so much to the white woman and to white people who have already taken too much when we got all these black women out here who will never get married? Only 1 out of every 4 black women in America will ever taste marriage, and half of them who taste marriage will be divorced within 5 years.
Well, now he's not entirely wrong. It is very tough for black women to, get married. That definitely is a problem here in the United States. But how do you completely attribute that to just black men getting into interracial relationships? You're very likely to end up in a relationship with someone who's of the same race as you. It's a well-known fact that black men are likely to end up with black women, and black women are most likely to end up with black men. There's no epidemic of interracial relationships going on when it comes to black men or black women. I don't see the problem with 2 individuals who love each other having a sincere romantic relationship. This guy seems to feel like it's just a complete violation of there's some type of black code. There's some type of a code for the black community. Oh, stay with your own, brother. Stay with your own. Stay with your own. What are we doing? Do we live in the 1960s still? Do we? I have a lot of white friends. My first crush in middle school was a white girl. My WNBA crush is a white girl. Sorry, Mom. Anyway, my problem with this though is that it creates a vicious narrative that we have to stay with people who look like us, and that's a stupid thing to insinuate because that's the same type of rhetoric that we've been dying from for the past hundreds of years. Like, he's acting like there's a large problem with black men being with white women, and it really feels like he's doing this to like mostly the black men. He doesn't really seem to be persecuting black women who go off with white men. If you want to watch the original video, I will put a link down in the description. Forgot to mention that. And I might put it up here if I remember to. My problem with Dr. Umar here is that it makes no sense to be against interracial marriage, considering having a child who is biracial doesn't stop them from being black. It just means that they're biracial, but they're still black. You even said Naomi Osaka is an African sister. You clearly consider her to be a black woman. So what exactly is the problem with interracial marriage?
If you want to save the black family, you have to protect it. And in order to protect it, you have to be against interracial marriage.
So in order to protect the black family, we have to agree on segregation with regards to who we date because they're not the same race as us. That sounds a lot like white people in the 1960s who said to their children, stay with your own because you're not like them and they're not like you. You see where I'm getting with this, right? You see what's going on here? I'm sure you do. Let's continue.
You can't say I love the black family, but I don't have a problem with interracial marriage. Interracial marriage is eliminating the black family because it is not providing our women with enough available and able black men to be their husbands.
So let's analyze that for a second. He said interracial marriage is eliminating the black family. All right, so how can you say that interracial marriage is eliminating the black family and then turn around and call Naomi Osaka an African sister?
What's she representing in the upcoming Olympics? Is she representing Haiti? No, she representing Japan. So here you have a half African sister, an African sister, because there's no such thing as half African. Our genes are dominant.
To top it all off, you not only correct yourself by saying that she's just an African sister, you go on to say that our genes are dominant. That sounds a bit like racial superiority. I wonder, Dr. Umar, let me get a little closer here for a sec. Dr. Umar, are you a racist? I think so. Well, we have to understand that ignorance is something that plagues not only the white community with regards to race, it plagues all communities. It plagues all ethnicities. It plagues everyone, okay? There are so many ignorant people despite what their skin tone might be. Dr. Umar just happens to be one of these ignorant individuals. And I'm glad I was able to share my opinion on this topic. It is people like him that really inspire me to call out people of color on their bullcrap when they feel like they are justified making racist statements. I know this is a little more serious of a video, but I wanted to give it attention because I think it is important, not only for all of us, but for my community as well. It's just as important for my community as it is for everyone. You know, it affects us in a large way because we don't want to paint ourselves as discriminatory. We want to paint ourselves as accepting and revolutionaries. We want to change things. We want people to be more accepting, not only of us, but other people of different ethnicities. And it seems like Dr. Umar is preventing that change. And that's a problem. It is a real problem. So I'm glad I was able to share this with you guys. If you did enjoy this, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I will see you guys in the next one. 2 cents.